Welcome into the Broncos Breakdown. I don't know why I said that a little enthusiastically, because it was not a fun Sunday night performance for the Broncos and the Chiefs. Frankly, when they put this game on Sunday night, I thought, well, the whole country's going to see that the Broncos have been a little bit inconsistent. So if the good Broncos come to play, that's going to be fun. But if the Broncos that we've seen come to play, like against the Eagles, against the Steelers, if those Broncos come to play, this is not going to be fun for anyone in America. And that turned out to be exactly the case, as the Chiefs rolled over Denver 22-9 the final. Bridgewater and Williams. Let's break this down a little bit here, because Javonte Williams, and we're going to talk about him in a little more depth later on in this video. Shout out to you, man. Melvin Gordon is out with the hip injury, and you take full advantage of your opportunity, and you just run with it, literally all across this Kansas City defense, which quietly has been better as the season has gone along. I want you to look at the Patrick Mahomes stats right there. You didn't let Mahomes throw a touchdown, and you kept him to under 200 yards. If I told you that before this game, 9 times out of 10, I say the Broncos found a way to win. Not today. No. Instead, even when Mahomes is playing a C game, didn't have anything special. Now, granted, Tyreek Hill had a lot of bad drops. He didn't get a ton of help, but still, this Broncos defense did their job, and the offense could not do anything with it. So where to begin, right? Because if you watch this game start to finish, and then let's say you go to work tomorrow and someone says, hey, I couldn't watch this one. What's the Cliff Notes? What's the Spark Notes version? You'll probably tell them, honestly, I'm jealous of you. I wish I didn't have to watch this game, because if you missed it, you didn't miss much. And that's sad to say, but that was kind of the takeaway from this game. It went by quickly. You had some great plays from Javonte Williams, who went off for nearly 200 yards, $173, had a nice touchdown. And one of my favorite parts about this game is that when Javonte Williams scored that touchdown, zero celebration from him. You know why? What's to celebrate? Honestly, because this game was just kind of in hand from the get-go. The Broncos had some good opportunities, but Bridgewater and the offense just could never get into much of a rhythm. They had some garbage time, not even points, but just yards, and had some, picked up some nice first downs and whatnot. But all in all, anytime this defense for Denver did anything nice, they just couldn't turn it into. I'm just rambling at this point because I'm so frustrated that we all that everyone got to see the bad Broncos. Okay, we've seen the good Broncos like last week or the Cowboys game, but they couldn't come out under Sunday Night Football's lights. But speaking of Williams, head down to the comments section, type 33 to thank Javonte Williams for showing up tonight, because he deserves to clock in and get his paycheck. I can't say that for everyone else. The defense, absolutely. And what I loved about this defense too, and we'll talk about them more later on, is that all of them came to play. It wasn't just a one-man effort. All 11 players at certain points make key plays to keep this game somewhat close. Teddy Bridgewater didn't help that much though. Nearly 50% completion percentage, 257 yards, and 2 bad interceptions. Just bad interceptions, like rookie mistakes. You didn't see the safety coming down. You didn't see the linebacker right there. Those kind of interceptions from Bridgewater, who once again had plenty of opportunities to get this offense going. The defense, Surtain, gets what will be the easiest pick off of Mahomes in his entire life, and the offense does nothing with it. A kick in the butt for Teddy B doesn't do enough, and Teddy 2 covers. He couldn't even cover. Okay, our Chiefs report here, he bet on Kansas City minus 9.5, 10. I thought Denver scores here late. Maybe Teddy 2 covers will come to life. Could not be the case. But grade the Broncos Week 13 performance for me. I removed A as an option. You can't give him an A. If you're a parent or a loved one, maybe a B, but I don't even give him a B. I give him an F. I give him a flat-out F, okay? Because what other grade is there to give them? Maybe a D for the defense, but altogether, you put up 9 points, you held the Chiefs to 22. You basically didn't score a touchdown in this game. All things considered, actually, as I talk myself into it more, D- purely because of the defense. Special teams in the offense, F. Defense, C. C+, actually B-. I'll talk myself up more and more on this defense because the more and more I think about it, the Patrick Mahomes offense was pretty awful. So grade it for me down below. Sound off like I am. Let me know how you're feeling right now. But like I said, the defense gave the offense plenty of opportunities. Turnovers, stopping Mahomes. I mean, this was a 10-point game, right, at the half, 13-3. 13 points in the first half for Patrick Mahomes. Pretty good day on for the defense at their jobs, okay? But once again, this offense did not do anything with it. 404 total yards, bullshit. Bullshit, okay? Those numbers, I'm tired of it because here's the deal. You're going to look back and you're going to look at the whole Broncos offensive numbers and go, oh, this offense actually did a pretty good job moving the ball down the field. No, they didn't. This is like the Steelers game where they came to life at the end of the fourth quarter and they picked up some garbage yards. No, not 250 passing yards. 154 rushing yards. Yeah, that number's legit. The other ones, BS on. 3 turnovers. Once again, third down woes. Surprise, surprise. We're going to get to more of this recap in just a second. But we got an awesome deal going on with our friends at Fanatics. You get this sweet polo, 50% off. Holiday season's right around the corner. We're way past Black Friday, but you can still get this awesome polo half off with the link at the bottom of the screen, chatsports.com/Broncos Polo. We got the link in the comments and the description, so you can come back to this later, but I can't guarantee that sale is going to last forever. So hop on it right now. Get ahead of the holiday shopping. Check them out. Fanatics, chatsports.com/Broncos Polo. Make sure to use that link. You got to use it to get that 50% off. That's what the big wigs tell me. But another thing, though, I want to rant about now. The wide receiver unit, okay? I like how GM George Paton has taken care of Courtland Sutton and Tim Patrick in the last couple of weeks. You invested in Jerry Jeudy, the first-round pick. Those are 3 great playmakers going forward. But here's the deal. If you're going to spend money for those players to do something, they got to do something. Jerry Jeudy did a little bit. I like how he was a focal point of the game plan. That's a great way to look at what a team wants to do in attack. Right off the bat, the first 10, 15 plays, they're usually scripted. So who does Pat Shurmur want to get the ball to? Jeudy was a target early on. Had some nice garbage-ish times, 77 yards along of 36. He had some good moments, but he just never really got going, okay? But here's my big thing I want to talk about. There's an Amber Alert. Everyone, your phone is going off because Courtland Sutton, where you at? You're not in the studio. You didn't look like you were on the field at Arrowhead. And I get it. If you're not getting the targets, you can't do much about it. But also, when you get paid, you got to get separation. At a certain point, the buck has to stop with you. And Courtland Sutton, from the first half of this season to the second half, it's not pretty. Look at the drop-off across the board. 58 targets in the first half to 23 now. 33 receptions. He's had 14. 14. That's his number in the last 6 weeks. 178 yards, no touchdowns. Sutton has been MIA for the last 6 weeks of this season, ever since his last touchdown back in week 6. But what I want to know from you guys, you've heard me ramble a lot. You've heard me vent a lot, honestly, because that's what we've been doing lately here. Who is to blame for what I call a disaster? On national television, everyone tunes in to watch, and for the sake of the game, you really didn't score a touchdown. A late Javonte Williams touchdown when the Chiefs defense was kicking back with a couple Mai Tais thinking about their Monday afternoon meetings. So who do you think is to blame? Is it Fangio, Shurmur, Bridgewater? You can go with any of those options. You can even go to the special teams, because speaking of the special teams, just when shit couldn't get worse, they pile it on with another special teams mix-up. And I felt bad for Caden Stearns because he was great in the preseason. I liked the 5th-round pick out of Texas, and he got an opportunity to fill in for Kareem Jackson. Thought he looked pretty good in K-Jack's spot, but in special teams, that is where a lot of these, what we'll call bubble players, but snap players, meaning guys who are looking to get their snap counts up more and more. They got to prove themselves in special teams. When you screw up in special teams, you take like 5 steps back on offense or defense, whatever side of the football you play on. But once again, special teams finds a way to make this an absolute disaster. If you have not already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe right now to the Broncos Breakdown. We're putting out news, rumors, recaps all year long, all week long, 7 days a week pretty much. So hit that big red button if you have not already. And if you have, we appreciate you being a part of the channel. We'll see you later this week here on the Broncos Breakdown.